Hi. First of all, there's no such thing as a perfect any yoga pose or a perfect anything. So, but you can get a good downward dog. Anybody can get a good downward dog. I've taught thousands of people over the age of 50 over the last 26 years to have a good, strong, relaxed, straight back downward dog. And I can help you too. All you need to do is do this video, do it regularly as well as all my videos, because the whole body thing, and you will have a beautiful downward dog that you'll be able to do for the rest of your life until age 100, and you'll have stronger arms, you have better blood flow to the brain, you have more flexible muscles in the back of the legs, you'll have a straighter back. It's such a good pose. It's an inversion, it's an arm balance, it's a standing pose all in one, it's a forward bend. Is all sorts of benefits. And the best thing is, after you've done it, your head feels clearer and also you'll feel more energized and calm. Who doesn't want to practice downward dog? Do it with me. Hit subscribe. See you soon. We're going to practice downward dog on its own first, and then we're going to do a hamstring release and a shoulder release. And then we're going to repeat practicing downward dog on its own and see if there's an improvement. So let's start with setting up for downward dog. You might need some wrist releases if you have stiff wrists, and shoulder releases, especially if it's winter. Otherwise, you might be okay to go straight into it. So let's set up, coming to all fours, and that will be too short for the downward dog. So from the all fours, go 1 hand length forward to 2. So between 1 and 2, and you can experiment with that. So we'll tuck our toes under, just look at the alignment of the wrists and press strongly into the palms of the hands, especially the inner wrist thumb side. Get the alignment through the knees and the wrists. And then inhale, and then we'll exhale. We'll go upside down. I need to bring my hands a little bit further forward. So for me, it would be 2 hand lengths from all fours, but for you today, maybe just 1. Now, don't be in a rush to get your heels down. Be more in a rush to get your back straight, which actually involves upper body strength and thoracic and shoulder mobility. So try to get your chest towards your feet. Keep that strong push into the inner wrist side, and then try to externally rotate your upper arm bones. So turn your biceps inside out. Try to feel stability into the shoulder blades. So elbows in back pockets that we work on a lot in all my videos. And if you're very mobile, don't jut out your lower front ribs. So heels up, straight back. Just let the head hang, micro nods of the chin. And try to get your head closer to the floor. And then, so after you've got, that might take a few months to get a straight back. And I'll show you the shoulder work that you'll need to work on to really help to get that straight back here. And then start to work into heels coming back. Don't think heels down, think heels reaching back. And to get more length through the back of the legs, hamstrings right down through the calf. You try and get your sitting bones up and your heels down. And remember, it's not important to get heels down. It doesn't matter, as long as you get a stretch. And as I said, keep working on straight back and strong arms, and trying to feel actually quite relaxed. You can hang out here. A lot of people, there's too much tension in the shoulders, and you can actually aggravate neck tension. So you build up to the longer holds. But the reason why most people have too much weight in the arms, the shoulders are stiff and the hamstrings are stiff. So what you need to work on is hamstring releases. I'll link to a video for a whole video on that, 14-minute video on. But I'll show you the best stretch now. So we'll do the hamstrings first, and then we'll do the shoulders, and then we'll come back to the downward dog. So if you can't get your leg in a vertical alignment or right angle, 90-degree angle to your body with a neutral spine, so a little inward curve, then you'll never be able to really get a straight back in the downward dog pose or the boat pose or the staff pose. So you need to work on that's what. So most people, I think, are about probably 70, 80, about probably 60 to 80. You want to be 90, and it's something you can work on, and your body won't take long. So if you work on this regularly, grab a strap or a towel, and you can push with the foot, flex the foot for downward dog, pull with the arms, and if you hold that stretch for about even just 1 minute a day on each side, within a few weeks, it won't take long. So I'm actively stretching, pushing and pulling, and then stop pushing and go into the stretch. So you'll gain. So now push and pull, about 15 seconds, pushing and pulling, active. Make sure your shoulders aren't up. And then stop pushing, just go into pull, and you'll find you'll go a bit further into that stretch. And we'll do one more, push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. And so you do both sides. So let's do the other side. I hope you're not just watching, I hope you're actually doing it. So first, see if you can get that, see where your angle is. So is it 60, is it 70, is it 80? Can you get 90? With a, not a flat back, actually with a little inward curve. That's a bit harder. So let's do the release. So push with the foot and pull with the arms. The hamstrings and the muscles in the back of the legs are slightly contracting and stretching at the same time. You hold for about 15 counts and then just pull. Try to consciously relax. And then push. And then pull. You should get a little bit more stretch. Don't overstretch or force. And then one more, push. And then pull. So if you just did what we just did then, every day, after a few weeks, you'd actually more flexibility to the hamstrings, which would help with your downward dog. But that is not enough. So even if you have very flexible hamstrings, if your shoulders and thoracic are tight, which pretty much everyone's are, then you'll never get a straight back. So I'll just show you. See, hamstrings are flexible, but if your shoulders are tight, you'll be here. So you need to get that thoracic and shoulder mobility. So standing up. Now understand neutral spine. So that's not a neutral spine. So that's neutral, rib cage balance of the pelvis, head on top of the spine. Do all my videos, you'll understand all these concepts because I educate you the whole time in every video. So if you can't get your upper arms next to your ears without arching, then that's your shoulder. So most people, that's tight shoulders. So most of my students are over 50 and they've started yoga when they're over 50 or 60 or 70. So that would probably be the average mobility in the over 50s. So to get there, you've got to do that. So you've got to work on this. So there's lots of ways of working on that, and I hope you're doing a variety, not just doing the same video over and over. No. Variety is the spice of life. So the best way to open there is get your hands on a wall about head height or a bit higher, and then just step back a little bit, try to get hips over heels, hold your grip, and then you just sink your chest down and reach your bottom back. Just hold your head up a bit, and trying to pull in the thoracic, externally rotating the upper arm bones, and you're trying to feel that armpit chest stretch, that chest lifting. Reach the sitting bones back. It's holding the head up a bit. Breathe and relax. I hope you're going to a class so you can get your alignment checked, because I do see a lot of people, their feet aren't really in the right place. They're not really getting this one. Another great way, it's more simple to teach. Grab your towel or your strap, and this is called broomstick stretch. So you just do that, pause and release. Just do a few of these with me. It's so good for opening out, preventing that rounded posture. This one's in quite a few of my videos too, along with it's all about slowing down aging. So get into them, get into all the videos, because you'll learn one off every one of my videos. There's over 70 of them now, and it's really good stuff if you're over 50 and making your body younger. So that's a great one to do. Don't force it. Don't jut out your lower ribs, or no, don't do that. So keep everything straight. Okay, so we're going to come back and repeat the downward dog. And you should get a little bit of improvement after the work you've done. So coming back to all fours. So setting up the alignment, wrists in alignment, all fours, and then 1 to 2 hand lengths forward. Tuck the toes under, strong arms, palms pressing, shoulders turning out. So that's, if you're not sure about that, see that shoulder's turning in, that shoulder's turning out. It's better to do that because your chest lifts, your spine straightens, there's more blood flow to the brain. And then exhale into the pose. Try to get that equal weight in the right and left side. Don't be watching. I want you to be doing this every day, even 3 times a day. Now, don't be in a rush to get the heels down. Be in a rush to get the straight back, chest towards feet. Keep the strong arms, stability into the shoulders. And micro nod the chin. Great release through the vagus nerve, through the whole nervous system. And you can let your head hang a bit, which is good for surfers' necks. But most people aren't surfers, so you can hold your ears level with your upper arms. Reach the crown and the tail in opposite directions. And over time, you'll be able to have a straight back if you keep working on your shoulders. And then you'll start to be able to get the heels down more and keep your back straight. But it doesn't matter so much about heels down. I'm just lengthening it out a bit more. So if I have my feet closer, it's easy to get my heels down. But I think it's better to have a longer downward dog to get more length through your spine. Experiment with the different positions. Some people that's long enough because you don't want to aggravate your neck. But it's so good for your brain, so good to just hang out in, nice stretch, lengthening the spine, increasing blood flow to the brain, strengthening the arms. It is such a good pose. I'm going to be doing that pose until definitely, if I'm lucky, age 100, hanging out in downward dog, and I hope you can too. Subscribe, watch all my videos, do them, don't just watch them. Enroll in my online course, stay young, do the work. It's not going to happen on its own. Bye.